Good morning and welcome to Fort Seller Elementary School. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful Tuesday yesterday. Today is Wednesday, April 14th, 2021. It is day 4. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, I'm going to invite you, as I always do, to participate in the Mindful Minute. The Mindful Minute is a good way to get yourself settled for today, this present moment, to let go of the past, let go of the future, and allow yourself to just savor those blessings that are right around us. And all too often, we just don't notice them, right? So let's practice that. And then I do have a new breathing technique that I'd like to share with you. All right, let's go ahead. Using your eyes, settle yourself in. Take into account your environment and your surroundings. And then lock in and focus in on one thing with your eyes, studying it, its size and shapes, its shininess, its colors, and its shadows. Then, using your nose, take a breath in and out. And think about what you smelled. What is around you that is giving off scents? And then using your ears, pause, observe, and notice. What do you hear? What sounds are there that you finally notice now because you're paying attention? And then finally, with your skin, notice what do you feel against it. Whether it's the clothing you're wearing, whether it's the temperature of the room, what do you feel with your skin? Okay. Now, my breathing technique to you was shared with me by a kindergartner. Basically, you're creating a bridge that opens up. It's called a drawbridge. You can see this sometimes when you travel around. It opens up, and sometimes it will let big ships through because there might be a river right here. Okay, so as you breathe in and out, you close the bridge so cars can go back over it. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and begin. Settle yourselves. I like to close my eyes. You don't have to. If you don't, just simply focus in on something with a relaxed stare in your environment, and notice your body and the heaviness of your body and gravity pulling down on it, and notice that chair holding you up. And in that state, go ahead and take that first breath in through your nose, filling your belly full of air, and out through your mouth. Very good. And as you let it out, allow your shoulders to relax just a little bit. Breathe in, watching and sensing how your belly expands. And as you let it out through your mouth again, allow your body to settle into that chair holding you up. And as you get into the rhythm of breathing in and out, you might notice that your mind might think about other things that have nothing to do with the anchor of your breathing in the here and the now. Breathe in. And when you notice that you're not being mindful, gently nudge your attention as you breathe out back to the present moment. Right here, right now. Now go ahead and turn a spotlight to your toes. Breathe in. Notice your toes and the rest of the bottom of your feet, your heels and your ankles. And as you breathe out, notice your calves and your knees, the upper part of your legs, and your hips. Breathe in. Notice your belly as it expands, full of air like a balloon. And as you breathe out, notice how your chest sinks with the anchor of your breathing. Notice your lower back as you breathe in, and your upper back and shoulders as they too relax when you breathe out. Notice your arms, your elbows as you breathe in, your wrists, and your hands. Breathe out. Notice your neck and your head. And finally, take into account what feelings you brought to school today. As you breathe in, sit with them, invite them in, even if you don't think those feelings are pleasant. Breathe out. allow yourself the kindness of noticing what you've brought to school and letting those feelings tell you what they need to tell you, whatever those messages are. And in due time, they will move on to the next moment. Now, in a moment, you'll hear a bell or a chime. Listen to it as it gets quieter and quieter. And when you can't hear it anymore, you may then open your eyes and awaken to the world that's around you. Welcome to a new day right here at the fort, where you are loved, where you are cared for, and where we want you to succeed. Now, whether you have a great day or not is ultimately your choice. So, choose wisely, work at it, and yes, enjoy the rewards. At this moment, please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You can go ahead and take a seat. I want to thank you for joining me in the Mindful Minute. The Mindful Minute is a good way, like I said, to get yourself settled, and hopefully you are now more aware of your surroundings. This is what we call wakefulness. Now, the other thing I want to remind you is that we have 3 expectations here at the school. Number 1, show that you're respectful to others as well as yourself. Yesterday, there was a second grader that pulled me aside and shared how proud he was when he picked up a bottle that was littered, a water bottle that was littered on the floor. Outside on the ground. And even though he knew that nobody else was going to notice him, it was a moment of integrity, of respect to himself. And that's really great. I hope and I know for a fact that many of you guys are doing the right thing even when nobody is looking. But it's especially challenging when you're on the playground, when you are at lunch, when you're on the bus. Think about the words we use. Are we responsible? That brings us to our next B, which is being responsible. Are we responsible with the words that we use? And are we responsible with our hands and our feet? Are we responsible for other people? Are we being heroes in their lives? And finally, show that you're ready to learn and ready to have a great attitude about learning, even the hard parts, right? Being ready is one thing, but being ready to tackle those hard parts require you to have something that we call perseverance. That is a character trait of our month right now of April. Perseverance simply means don't give up. And you need a certain level of readiness and responsibility and respect for yourself to be able to not give up. So I encourage you to practice perseverance in the 3 B's. Last but not least, you know this is important, and I want to say it so that every kid at this school knows that somebody that loves them has said it to them and they heard it. And that's this. I love you, and I like you just the way you are. I challenge you to say that to another friend, another classmate, and another grown-up, whether it's here in school or even at home. I can't wait to see you guys around. Have an incredible Wednesday.